Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Meaningful Moments event. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us today. For those of us that are joining us here in person, for those of you that are joining us across our other offices in Amsterdam, Berlin, Dublin, London, and Madrid, and to all of you that are joining us via the live stream from their home and offices. Today's event is called Meaningful Moments, because we want to share a number of innovations that will help you all focus on the meaningful work of HR. It's a special time for us here at Personio, and it is special because we're entering the 10th year since we founded Personio. Over the past 9 years, we've spent all of our energy on our mission to unlock the power of people for organizations around the world. And we are very honored to see the Personio community that has developed around that mission over the years. Our intelligent HR platform is today serving more than 1 million employees across more than 15,000 organizations. And yet, we're still only at the very beginning of our journey. Today, we're entering the next era of Personio. And we have some really exciting releases that we want to share with you today. We will announce a number of new features that are in direct response of your feedback and some of the most requested enhancement from our customers. All of these announcements are rooted in one goal: to help you all focus on the meaningful work of HR. This new Personio helps unlock meaningful moments for the entire organizations, including HR teams, employees, as well as their leaders. These moments are moments of productivity, moments of confidence, and moments of connection. Let's start with productivity. We all want to be more productive in our day-to-day work, right? But many of our processes are actually not optimized for how you and we all work. Think about a process that you have in your company today that should actually make your work easier, but instead slows you down. A common example we hear a lot from our customers are simple processes like time of requests. Ideally, you should be able to just easily see who's taking vacation when, plan the coverage accordingly, but then instead, you end up needing to go into different tools and calendars to figure out all of these information and bringing those answers together. This is just one example, but it's the type of anecdotes that we hear from all of you regularly, and that has pushed us to rethink even the most standard HR processes and think, how can we make them much better? Imagine if completing a routine HR process stopped consuming your workday. Second, let's talk about confidence, specifically as it relates to your people data. We heard from many of you here in the room that you all have a ton of people data, but it is really hard to make sense of it. There often isn't a lack of data, but there's a lack of insights that allow you and allow the data to inform decision-making. Imagine if you would have access to insights that are so clear that you can answer any people questions in seconds with confidence. Lastly, that brings us to connection. We know that our HR teams and their employees spend hours each week within their HR software, creating contracts, entering timesheets, accessing payslips, generating the entire payroll, generating reports, and more. And when we looked at the landscape of HR tools that are available to do, including our own product, we asked ourselves the question, what if interacting with your HR software felt like an extension of interacting with your own organization and your own brand? Imagine if every time your employee engages with your HR system, they interacted with your unique brand, and that could reflect your culture. As said earlier, this is a special year for us at Personio, and we are delighted to share today's product announcement with you. We hope that they will unlock meaningful moments for you and for your employees. But now, let me introduce Roxana, who will make this all a little bit more tangible and share us the work that she and her team has been doing. Over to you, Roxana.
Thank you, Hanno, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. My name is Rakshna, and I'm a Director of Product Management here at Personio. As Hanno mentioned to you, a key way that employees interact with HR, your function, is via your HR software. Whether it's to find documents, submit vacation, track time, that makes your HR tool, Personio in this case, a critical representation of your HR team. And so today what I want to do is talk to you about the importance of having Personio reflect your team and your organization's culture. Culture, I say. What does culture mean? A lot comes to mind with it. It could be built on a positive work environment, common set of values, but very often it boils down to one thing, that employees feel connected to your company. We actually see employees that feel connected see a meaningful improvement in their job performance. And that's why at Personio, we take connection very seriously. Which is why today, I have the privilege to announce to you the brand new Personio, available now to admins and new customers. We've designed the new Personio to be three things: intuitive, customizable, and intelligent. Oh wait, fourth, we want employees to absolutely love using this tool. So the rest of the presentation, you're going to see a very different Personio. It's reflecting the new features we've built to unlock this feeling of connection we want your employees to feel. And all of these changes have been informed by feedback directly from customers. So I have two major changes I get to share with you today. Are you ready to see it? Yeah? So you see there's a two-column layout now, intended to make the experience much more intuitive, much more useful, and relevant for everybody. But there are two other things that I actually want to draw your attention to. The first one is we've improved and built out brand new widgets for HR teams and employees to increase productivity and to build connection. So with increasing productivity, at the top right, you'll see the payroll widget and the workforce overview widget as examples of how you can see a snapshot of your company and be more effective at your jobs. At the bottom left, you'll see a celebrations widget, and that's to build a sense of connection, where we allow employees to connect with colleagues on upcoming birthdays, anniversaries, and really have the opportunity to celebrate each other with a simple Slack message or an email over to them. The second big change on home, this is pretty exciting, is you can now customize the right column. Admins can set what they want the default experience to be for every one of your employees, what that ordering should look like. And you also have the control to allow employees to choose how they want to order the widgets to maximize their productivity on a day-to-day basis. For home and this new experience, we believe connection is connecting with your colleagues and seeing content that's relevant to you. And I'm really excited for the new home to be able to unlock that. Okay, now the second big change, and this I'm even more excited that that's even possible. This is theming. A big piece of feedback we've heard and that we really want to do is make Personio feel like an extension of your brand. And we want to give you the control to be able to customize that. And this is more than just your logo. This is colors, adding unique wallpapers, uploading images, and allowing you to customize this at the organization level or individually for specific legal entities. And the best part is any customization that you have translates across all services of the app, on the desktop experience, on the mobile experience, and on the login page. So with theming, we believe connection comes from familiarity. And so we want Personio really to feel like that familiar extension of your brand to every single one of your employees. Now, I'm sure you're thinking about what does this look like for your company. I definitely did that when we were building this product for Personio. But let me show you an example of how some of our customers are using theming for their companies. This first example is Teufel. Teufel's a long-time customer of Personio. They're a Berlin-based company that's manufacturing audio products. Their primary color is red, yes. So they've chosen red as their background color. They've chosen an image that reflects the work that they do on a day-to-day basis with audio products. And so every time an employee logs into Personio, they land on this page, they see Teufel's product, color, and logo, and it reinforces that sense that this is an extension of their company. Teufel. Another example we have is Dopper. They're a water bottle company, and their primary color is blue. So they've chosen this image to reflect their brand. It's really important, as you see, for us at Personio, that all of your employees feel a sense of connection and belonging to build culture. And I'm very, very excited for theming to be able to unlock all of that for you. Okay, all well and good, but now let's see this live in a demo. So I want to show you the power of customization in this new Personio for Brenna. And Brenna is an HR specialist at a company called Innova. Next time Brenna logs into Personio, she sees a banner at the top of her screen introducing her to the new Personio. She's curious to learn more, so she clicks into it, and she learns about what I just shared with you, the new look and feel, the theming options that are being rolled out, and is very excited. On the next step, she gets to choose the main color, the bright Innova blue, uploads her company logo, and just like that, in 2 easy steps, she can see her company in a brand new Personio. Brenna is very happy, but she realizes, oh wait, I can actually customize this a little bit further. So she's curious, clicks in, and starts playing around with the sidebar color. And she wants a slightly different shade of blue to reflect the Innova brand. She chooses that and now feels like Personio really feels an extension of her company and not a separate tool that they're using in the organization. But it's important to realize that Personio is not just about building connection with your organization. It's also about building connection between your people. And so she scrolls on home, she sees the celebrations widget, and she sees Damon White's 5-year anniversary. She actually worked together in Berlin with Damon. He moved to Munich, he changed teams, they haven't spoken in a while, so she actually wants to reconnect with him. She clicks on his name, sees the About Me page, and sees a visual snapshot of Damon, his new team, who he reports into, other relationships that he has. And she sees a dotted line supervisor, Daniel, that she used to work with at another company. Wow, it's actually a small world here in Munich. In this new org chart, you'll see that if someone's in a spotlight, you can actually see everyone they're related to, including the dotted line supervisors, as well as the reports. And if you remove the spotlight, you can see where the person sits in the organizational chart. But Brenna is an admin, so she can also see open positions that Damon's hiring for. And she actually sees Damon has an open position right now, and a former colleague of hers could actually be a really good fit for this role. So she opens Damon's profile, sends him a quick email, congratulates him on 5 years work anniversary, and suggests this person for the new role. Pretty great, right? Pretty great? Yeah. Well, that comes to a close in the first set of announcements. We've been testing these changes with customers, and early feedback has been quite positive. On home, the changes are enabling customers to really have their employees build that connection with each other. And with the theming changes, customers' feedback is that Personio is feeling like a much more familiar extension of their brand. We are very excited about the changes, and we really hope you are as well. I now will hand over to my colleague, Elena, who will talk to you about the new and improved HR processes that we're building out. Elena.
Thank you, Roxana. So, hi, everyone. My name is Elena, and I'm a director of product design here at Personio. So we just saw how the new Personio is built to unlock the power of connection. But while this is important, trust me, we didn't forget about all of the painful tasks that you need to deal with on a daily basis. So most of you probably decided to go into HR to help people, to shape cultures, to build better workplaces. But what we constantly hear from our customers is that dealing with those repetitive, manual tasks often get in the way of doing just that. So today, I'm really excited to announce a series of new features that is going to help not only HR, but everyone in your organization be more productive. First, we've completely revamped the way employees request time off, making it easier for them to plan their holidays, having real-time visibility into their balance and any overlaps with their colleagues. But we're also launching a new team calendar, which lets you see any upcoming public holidays from your direct reports, your colleagues, from your team, from your workplace, and even switch between those with just one click. And you can even create your own personalized views of the calendar with only the people that you care about the most. Let's have a look at those two in action with a demo. So this is Felix. He's a program manager at Innova. Felix has a really busy day today with back-to-back meetings and a big project deadline. But he also has some admin tasks he needs to take care of. So since he has a few minutes before his next meeting, he decides to log into Personio and try to complete at least some of those. Felix is planning a trip to Berlin in a few weeks. He can quickly see on his homepage he has 18 days off and clicks on Request Time Off from there, selects the date that he's going to be in Berlin, but automatically see that there's actually a few colleagues that are going to be out that week. So he worries that his manager is less likely to approve if there's a few people out already. Since his dates are flexible, he decides to move his trip just 1 week later, and now there's no overlaps with any teammates, so he goes ahead and just adds a comment to his manager explaining that he's changed the dates after they talked in a one-on-one. And just like that, the request is sent. And a few minutes later, actually, Felix gets a notification that his manager approved his leave. So he can start booking his trip to Berlin. So this is for employees, but let's have a look at how this looks for HR and managers. This is Sana. She's one of the HR managers at Innova, and she's also a people manager. So as soon as she logs into Personio, she can see that one of her direct reports have actually requested time off. So she usually approves most requests directly from the inbox, but in this case, because it's August, she knows that quite a few people on her team already have time off in August. So she clicks to review that in the calendar. Yes, there's a few people that are out, but there's no overlap. So she can now go ahead and approve that request in context. Sana is loving the new calendar, especially being able to switch between different views, not only from her team or her direct reports, but also from a personalized view that she has created for Project Phoenix, a company-wide effort that she's leading to improve employee onboarding. And thanks to that, she just saw that Ludwig is going to be away most of August, so she probably needs to plan around that to avoid any delays in the project. Great, so we've seen employees, we've seen HR managers. What about payroll managers? So we also have some new features to help payroll managers in their day-to-day. This is our new payroll overview dashboard, which provides a consolidated view of all of HR and payroll data in real time. So you can see all costs, tasks, documents, and due dates for the upcoming cycle all in one place in real time. Now let's have a look at that in action as well with a demo. Meet Charlie. He's a payroll manager at Brenna, Sana, and Felix's company, Innova. He actually has one extra widget on his homepage, as Roxana mentioned, with an overview of the upcoming payroll cycle. So as soon as he logs into Personio, he can see that there's actually some blockers to approve the April payroll. And with just one click, he can go into the task section of the payroll product and see everything that needs his attention. There's actually one employee that's missing its social insurance number, and this is marked as a blocker. Luckily for him, he got this information this morning, so he can now quickly go into the profile of this employee, fill out this information, save it, and as soon as he saves it, this was the last blocker task for approving payroll. So if he goes back now to the payroll area, he can see that the approve button is now available. So he can go ahead and click approve. He can decide when to distribute the payslips And as soon as he confirms payroll, Personio Payroll runs the rest of the process automatically for him, including the creation of all the payslips, documents, and communication with social insurance authorities. And as soon as that's ready, he has all of that information in the new overview dashboard. So now, we haven't finished. Now, when he goes back to the homepage, the widget of payroll shows the new status. So now, it's approved, and he also sees that his own payslip for April is already available in the new Pay Documents widget in the homepage. Awesome, because he just applied to a new rental apartment, so he needs that for sending it to the real estate agent. So he clicks on that, and that loads that new payslip, which has an updated design as well. Now you can clap. So that was great, but that's not all, actually. We have one more exciting announcement to share with you today. Are you ready? So thanks to our partnership with remote.com, we're going to make it easier for you to hire employees anywhere in the world without having to worry about the cost and logistics of opening new legal entities in different countries. So all Personio customers will soon be able to hire in any location using our new employer of record powered by Remote. And every employee that you hire through EOR will automatically get their own employee profile inside Personio. They'll show up in the org chart, and your HR team will be happy to hear that they'll be able to see all employees in one place. If you're excited about this, please come by the EOR booth that's set up next to the food, strategically next to the food, during the breaks, so you can learn more about that. So now that we've covered all the different ways the new Personio helps everyone in your organization be more efficient, Roxana will take us through the new Personio, how the new Personio is going to get better insights into your real-time data.
Thank you, Elena. Me again. Hello, everyone. Now I get to talk to you a little bit more about insights. But first, why are insights important? We know businesses thrive when they're able to make confident decisions that are well-informed by data. But getting insights can often be intimidating. I get it. Are you unsure? Do you have the full picture? Is something missing? Are you interpreting the data correctly or incorrectly? These are all valid concerns, and we want to solve this for you. But before that, let me take you back 3 years. This was Personio's analytics product from 3 years ago. I know, pretty basic. Basic colors, basic charts, and especially basic insights. It's not really telling you what you need to know. And the reality is, a lot of tools in the market today still have analytics products that kind of look like this. Analytics has not been prioritized, and HR leaders are not empowered to be data savvy. And I want to admit, we've got feedback about Personio as well. While our analytics product stands out in some ways, a lot of you are craving a more intuitive experience with more comprehensive data. So with that, I get to introduce to you the new Personio experience, where our goal is to bring insights into every people conversation that you have. We want to give you a full overview of your organization and make you confident with your decisions. And we're going to do this really with two things: data analytics and AI. Analytics. Let's look at that product first. We built this in a way that you don't have to be a data expert to understand the data that you're seeing, and you will feel confident with the data that you're interpreting. The new metrics page has two changes. The first one is we're bringing all your people data into one place. And the second change is that we're equipping it with tools that are with pre-built templates and really powerful data visualizations, so you can digest the data much more easily, the data that you care about. Okay, great. Now let's actually look at this in a demo, because this is really where it all comes alive. This time, we're looking at the demo through the eyes of Ludwig, the Chief People Officer of Innova. It's a Monday morning, and Ludwig navigates to the new analytics page. But it's not an average Monday. This is where he sees the brand new analytics experience. He sees a snapshot of key areas of priority for his business with a lot of pre-populated charts that are ready for him to explore. I'm going to pause here. We rarely see HR leaders have access to insights like these before, so this is really exciting. He has the headcount tab, where he sees how headcount's trending, the demographics tab, where he sees gender distribution by department. In the retention tab, he sees turnover, time off, he sees absences by team, and in the compensation tab, he can see how it breaks down by gender and by department. And these are pre-built for him in the tool. But Ludwig's preparing for a workforce overview meeting with the executive team, and they've specifically asked him to bring numbers around gender distribution at his company. So he goes back to the demographics tab, he filters by status and employment type. And this kind of tells him some of what he needs to know, but not everything. So he decides to add a new chart to dive a little bit deeper. Specifically, he wants to understand gender by job grade, which is a priority for his hiring goals of his organization. So he could create from scratch or choose a template, a lot of which we have for him to choose from. And with just a couple of clicks, he builds the brand new chart that he actually needs to see. The full view of the gender breakdown by job level, and makes it much easier to make a recommendation to the executive team on levels that he has to prioritize. Pretty exciting, but Ludwig is a curious fellow, and he wants to actually dig a little bit deeper. Oops, I apologize. Oh, no, that was my bad. I clicked through. But he wants to dig a little bit deeper. This will take a second to load through. He wants to understand which managers and teams have the least gender diversity. And that's a question that's a little bit more complex for him to actually articulate via just a simple chart. It's jumping around. We'll give it a second for it to load up. Well, while we're talking about this, fortunately for him, he's looking for access to information that's a little bit more complex in a regular chart. What I get to introduce to you, do I go now or do I wait? What's the vote? Wait? Okay, I'm gonna give it 15 seconds and we should get there. It'll be worth it, I promise. I promise. Okay, sees the compensation. Does anyone know what comes next? Yeah, he wants to slice by demographics a little bit more. Okay, there we go. This turned into a pop quiz. I didn't expect that. I don't think you did either. So he's adding the chart that he's custom built. He loves it. We're almost there. I will not click this time, I promise. He publishes it. Okay, now he wants to know how are there any teams that have gender diversity that's particularly low? And this is where he's actually very lucky, where Personio has an AI assistant, which is very exciting. And so all he has to do is ask a simple question in a natural language, and immediately and accurately, he's going to get an analysis of his company data. So he clicks on the left tab of the assistant, right there. All he does is say, create a list of managers for me with teams with low gender diversity. And just like that, the AI assistant provides a list for him in very simple English with the 3 teams and the 3 managers that actually don't have the gender diversity he's hoping for in his company. And with that, he has all the data he needs for his meetings, and he's actually very confident in presenting his findings. So Ludwig is one happy Chief People Officer, and I'm one happy presenter that we got through all the way that. So. Okay, so in the But the use cases for the AI assistant are focused on business metrics, empowering all of you to be able to understand your data for questions that you may have. We will be adding more use cases and scaling access to employees as well to the assistant over the course of the year. But we are rolling out this current version of the AI assistant to admins starting this month over the next few weeks, and I'm sure you're very excited about it. So if you want access, please reach out to your individual account managers, and we will surely get it across to you. Yeah. I hope you leave today knowing that presentations can go wrong and that insights are a really important part of Personio. We want to make every single one of you more confident with making data-driven decisions. And I'm really hopeful with this revamped metrics page and the AI assistant, every one of you will feel that sense of confidence with the data that you're looking through. And with that, I'll hand it back to Hanno to wrap us up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roxana and Elena, for sharing what you and all of the rest of the team have been working on to help all of our customers to unlock meaningful moments. We covered a lot today, but I hope that you are all as excited as we are about these new changes and about the new features and improvements that we've shared today and that will be shown in your Personio accounts. But more importantly, I really hope that they will help you, support you and your organization in your day-to-day and unlock meaningful moments for you as well. So let's do a quick recap of what we covered today. We started with Roxana unveiling the new Personio experience and showing the power of customization of your product. Besides a much more intuitive experience for you and your employees, it will also allow you to make Personio feel like an extension of your organization and of your unique culture. Then, Elena showed us how the new features around creating a smoother HR process that help employees optimize their day. This includes facilitating recurring tasks like requesting time off, finding payslips, or even enhancing the entire payroll process. These releases shall help every member of your team and your organization get what they need from Personio with much fewer clicks. And lastly, Roxana unveiled our completely overhauled analytics, helping bring more data and more confidence into everyday people conversations. You can do this through access points like our metrics page we looked at before, but also in direct conversation with your Personio AI assistant. I know that analytics and reporting is amongst the most important features for HR leaders and management. And in this release, we addressed many of the most common requested features for our customers. Combining those insights with your HR expertise will allow all of you to make better decisions and share findings with your stakeholders. Everything we've shown today will start rolling out to all of our customers starting today, and we will support you in sharing them with the rest of your organization over the coming weeks. As I said at the beginning of this presentation, this is the next era of Personio, and we are just getting started. Building on everything we shared today, we'll accelerate delivering many other highly requested features from our customers over the coming weeks and months. We're excited to continue to learn from all of you, to innovate together, and to create meaningful moments for all of you and your employees. Thank you very much.